Happy holidays, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful December and that you are not too busy in the hustle and bustle that comes with this month to enjoy some moments of peace and quiet and enjoyment and pleasure this holiday season. It's such a rich month of the year. I love it. I wanted to come to you today. I'm sending an email and it's all long and wordy, and I just decided I'd give you a personal video message. One, to say happy holidays. Two, to say thank you for your continued support of me and the work I do and for showing up for me this year. It's been a good year and it's been a challenging year, and I want to talk about that. So in January of this year, we started the year out by doing a workshop. About 10 or 11 of us gathered up together at Bindavavi on a cold winter weekend, and we worked really hard at setting some really strong, clear intentions for the new year. We did vision boards, we had our word of the year, and we made sure it fit with the intentions that we were setting. And we drilled down into about 7 or 8 categories of our life and how we wanted to grow in each one of those areas. So it's a time consuming, it's a process. It takes a lot. It takes a whole weekend for sure. So we did that. Well, recently I pulled out my intentions and said, how'd I do? How did those intentions play out for 2019 as I start to wind down the year? And man, I did meet those intentions. It just looked a little bit different than I expected, and that was okay. But because of that, it kind of threw me into a state of hibernation. I've been in a process of healing and regrouping and grieving. My mom had passed away mid-year, and that was a big, big change for me on many levels. Many other things happened at the same week that left me with an empty nest, left me without someone to be responsible for in caregiving. And so I kind of had a little identity crisis, I'd say. But that's been good. And whatever all that was that I've been through for the last few months, it's been necessary for me, for my growth, for my soul's evolution. And I know that, and I'm grateful for that. And I also learned that you can't push a fast forward button when you're in a process, whether it's grief or growth or whatever you want to call it. You just have to surrender to it. And that's what I've been doing. And it's worked, and I'm good. And I'm feeling whatever I feel every day. It's actually pretty liberating. It has required a lot of patience and compassion and self-care and grace and gentleness with my spirit. So thank you for being patient while I took care of myself for the last few months. But now it's time to wind down 2019. Every December, I start a reflection, and I start to look at what worked and didn't work, and where I fell short and where I surpassed expectations. I kind of review everything, and that's how I close out my year. And then, at the end of that process, I set those intentions and I get ready for the new year. Well, this year, guess what? It's not just a new year, it's a new decade. That's a big thing. So I looked back, because I always close out a year, and this time I'm closing out a decade. Where was I back in 2010? What didn't I know in 2010 that I know now? As a woman who's come through quite a bit of experiences in this decade, what would I say to Jenny, who in 2010, didn't know what that decade was going to hold? When I look at that and I see the growth and the lessons and the wisdom I gained, gosh, I hope I aged gracefully through it, but I could have been just plain old stressed out by now. But it was a good decade in the growth category. I hope that the next decade is a great decade in the adventure category. I'm ready for the easy button. But whatever it brings, one thing I know for sure is that I'm equipped. I'm equipped with all I need to handle whatever curveball or plot twist or mountain presents itself. I know that I can count on me, and that is what I want for you. That's what I want you to know too. So I am offering a workshop in January. It's not going to be at my normal Bend of Ivy Retreat Center. It's going to be, I'm going to open my home and we're going to do a commuter workshop where you can come and go. But we will be working together on Friday and Saturday and Sunday, doing intentions, vision boards, words of the year, some coaching and some processing, because stuff comes up that we have to let go of. You don't want to drag your baggage into a new decade. Let me tell you that. Whether you come to my workshop or not, the one thing I hope you'll do is unpack those bags, let them go. Don't bring all that heavy, unfinished business into your brand new decade. And then let's set your sights on how to create the best life ever for 2020 and for the next decade to follow. So the details are below in the email. I just wanted to personally invite you. There will be room for about 10 of us. It's a little different, so if you have questions, email me or call me or text me. I'm available to you, and I will tell you, because I don't have the expense of the retreat center, this workshop's being offered at the least I could ever offer it. It won't ever be that little again unless I decide to do it every year in my home, which I just might do. But it is a discounted workshop because I don't have the added expense. So you are invited to be in my home, whatever shape it's in. We're going to get to work and we are going to do some really good clearing. And then even though it's already going to be January 10th, 11th, and 12th, we still have time to let that stuff go and be done with it and usher in the new year. I have a ritual for that. Imagine that. So I hope I can see you there. And if not, I'm giving you a great big hug and warm welcome into the new decade, new year, and enjoy the rest of the holidays. Take care.